Alright, let's finish this thing. So let's keep going around the side here, I guess. Did that one last time. Now there's two more in the castle. So let's see. Okay. I think I can map out where those could be. Alright, so we had one right here. So I'm assuming it would be somewhere in this area here. Maybe up here. Okay, maybe I did not lob it out correctly. I can stand here, but it's really the point. See anything here? Ah, there it is.
If a man, holding a belief which he was taught in childhood or persuaded of afterwards, keeps down and pushes away any doubts which arise about it in his mind, purposely avoids the reading of books and the company of men that call into question or discuss it, and regards as impious those questions which cannot easily be asked without disturbing it, the life of that man is one long sin against mankind. But, says one, I am a busy man. I have no time for the long course of study which would be necessary to make me in any degree a competent judge of certain questions, or even able to understand the nature of the arguments. Then he should have no time to believe. William K. Clifford, 1874.
So there's actually one even closer to the one that I found yesterday. Even closer, huh? Lauren Pro. Even closer. Maybe it's on the other side? There's like a lot of statues down there. Seems suspicious. I think I'm gonna finish everything today. Unless there is something after you get all the speakers and everything. No, I think I completely misunderstood the map again. It's hard to tell. So like let me get a closer look. So it's like lined up like this. So it's like it's like, it's still like not. It's not closer to the laser. It's further away. It's closer to the monolith, but still in the castle. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's still in that general, like, quadrant of the castle. So around here somewhere, I think. So further up, and like here maybe, somewhere. No, maybe behind this. Now it feels like I'm way too close to the other one. Ah, here it is.
Our hangnails are incredibly real to us, whereas to most of us, the English village of Netherwallop and the high Himalayan country of Bhutan, not to mention the slowly swirling spiral galaxy in Andromeda, are considerably less real. Even though our intellectual selves might wish to insist that since the latter are much bigger and longer lasting than our hangnails, they ought therefore to be far realer to us than our hangnails are. We can say this to ourselves till we're blue in the face, but few of us act as if we really believed it. A slight slippage of subterranean stone that obliterates 20,000 people in some far-off land. The ceaseless plundering of virgin jungles in the Amazon basin. A swarm of helpless stars being swallowed up one after another by a ravenous black hole. Even an ongoing collision between two huge galaxies, each of which contains 100 billion stars. Such colossal events are so abstract to someone like me that they can't even touch the sense of urgency and importance, and thus the reality, of some measly little hangnail on my left hand's pinky. We are all egocentric, and what is realist to each of us in the end is ourself. The realest things of all are my knee, my nose, my anger, my hunger, my toothache, my side ache, my sadness, my joy, my love for math, my abstraction ceiling, and so forth. What all these things have in common, what binds them together, is the concept of my, which comes out of the concept of I, or me, and therefore, although it is less concrete than a nose or even a toothache, this I thing is what ultimately seems to each of us to constitute the most solid rock of undeniability of all. Could it possibly be an illusion? Or if not a total illusion, could it possibly be less real and less solid than we think it is? Could an eye be more like an elusive, receding, shimmering rainbow than like a tangible, heftable, transportable pot of gold? Douglas Hofstadter, 2007.
So there's apparently a Dorito puzzle here. Because there was a leaf. But I don't remember any... I don't remember doing any Dorito puzzle on the ship. Ah, there it is. Interesting. Alright, so... there's more than 100 or 520. Damn. Rip a nice and round number. Still shocked that the octopus is nothing. Alright, all the way back to the lake. And now I actually can see what the difference between an active leaf and a not active leaf is. Where was it? Completely forgot where it was. Oh, here. Ah, so it's like just darker color. That's the difference. There's a lot of speakers in the treehouse. I think this is treehouse area. Well, how would I be able to tell? Hold on. Like the monolith is here, and just like down from it. Problem with these speakers is that there's a lot of different heights. And yeah, it's gonna be difficult to actually tell where the lake map is trying to tell me where they are. That makes sense. Monolith is here, so like already be on the lookout. Could they possibly be on the ground? Chances of that I feel like are really low. They're gonna be hidden in like the main treehouse parts. Yeah, it's gonna be like on a branch or something. These ones are gonna be really hard to find. I mean, yeah, there's still a chance that they are on the ground and not up here, but why wouldn't they place them up here? Can I like check in here? I don't think I did. Oh, nice.
When we choose silence, we choose to give up the reasons not to love, which are the reasons for going to war, or continuing war, or separating, or being a victim, or being right. In a moment of silence, in a moment of no thought, no mind, we choose to give those up. This is what my teacher invited me to. Just choose silence. Don't even choose love. Choose silence, and love is apparent. If we choose love, we already have an idea of what love is. But if you choose silence, that is the end of ideas. You are willing to have no idea, to see what is present when there is no idea, past, present, future. No idea of love, no idea of truth, no idea of you, no idea of me. Love is apparent. Gangaji, 2009.
Why can I not solve this puzzle again? The hell? How did I solve this the first time? This doesn't work. What the hell? How did I solve for forward? Oh, like this. There we go. That took way longer than it should have. It's probably nothing anyway. There's probably no speaker here anyway because there's already a Dorito puzzle. I feel like I want to go back. Yeah, I want to go back to the lake just to see which one I actually got. And I guess I could use the leaf as well to understand where the other one could be. So I think I opened up this one. Yeah, and there's a leaf here and the flower is past the leaf. So like from the speaker you go onto the Dorito puzzle and then like same length into the next speaker. And then there was another flower, but I'll check that one out later. Okay, so we had one there, one there. So it has to be, is that it? I think that's it down there. Just can't click on it from here. Or from up here. From down here, yes. Can I click it from here? Oh, come on, it's clearly a speaker. Just extend your arms really far out and tap it. Actually, I need to go back because there's no way down onto this island. If I go further in, I get sent back to the other island, and there's no bridge in between. a long way around. Wait, what? Wasn't it? Oh, Jesus, it was still hard to see.
These hearts were woven of human joys and cares, washed marvelously with sorrow, swift to mirth. The years had given them kindness. Dawn was theirs, and sunset from the colors of the earth. These had seen movement and heard music, known slumber and waking, loved, gone proudly friended, felt the quick stir of wonder, sat alone, touched flowers and furs and cheeks. All this is ended. There are waters blown by changing winds to laughter, and lit by the rich skies all day. And after, frost, with a gesture, stays the waves that dance and wandering loveliness. He leaves a white, unbroken glory, a gathered radiance, a width, a shining peace under the night. Rupert Brooke, 1914.
Alright, this next one is actually going to be, I feel like, the hardest one, because it's very far away from everything else. There's no real clue as of which I would be able to find it very easily, but I have a feeling it could be on this right here, because we went from like here to the house here to down there, and then we have to jump all the way over here. So I feel like it's very close, if not on this tree thing. I don't even know what this is. Is that a tree? Yeah, it's a tree. But yeah, I don't quite see it here. It's either further in or at the bottom level again. It might just be a boat. Boat speaker too. Or recorder. Because like the other flower that was on, it's actually over there. That's the other speaker that I already hit. So let me just check real carefully. There's always a reason for everything here. It's like first something that's a shiny green. Oh, there it is.
God bade me behold the sea, and I saw the ships sinking and the planks floating. Then the planks too were submerged. And God said to me, those who voyage are not saved. And he said to me, those who, instead of voyaging, cast themselves into the sea, take a risk. And he said to me, those who voyage and take no risk shall perish. And he said to me, in taking the risk, there is a part of salvation. And the wave came and lifted those beneath it and overran the shore. And he said to me, the surface of the sea is a gleam that cannot be reached, and the bottom is a darkness impenetrable. and between the two are great fishes, which are to be feared. Nefari, circa 970.
Alright. Let's make
What?
sure. Did she say something? Or was that just me? I thought she, like, said wait or something. Felt like she said something. Alright, that Dorito puzzle I got. What even is that? That's a laser. It's a laser near the swamp, I think. Or the tree? No, that's that treehouse. I think that's treehouse. I'm not sure. Here's where I get kind of confused because there's gonna be a lot of things on this side now. Like a lot. So, no, I think this is the swamp, and that's the tree house. So yeah, we got that one already. But like here comes like madness. Like what is that? And there's so many. How can I properly tell where any of these are gonna be? Yeah, this one's gonna be real tough to read. But let's see. So I'm assuming this one was the one on the small shipwreck behind the mountain. This one might be actually in the cave. In the cave with the statue that's solving the puzzle. I remember getting that one. There's one, I should probably be focusing on this one actually, because it's like right next to the lab laser. So it's, looking at it like this, if the mountain's there, it's like up and right. So yeah, let me go check that out. Could also be a boat speaker. Should also be using these two as reference, because I got both of them. Not now, but later they would come in handy. Oh, cursed puzzles. Don't look. Okay, so if I look at it like this, it was top right, wasn't it? So it's actually further up in the mountain. So it could be like right here somewhere, if not further up ahead. Or down here, like on a piece of rock. Sneaky recorder. Laser's there. There was also this area, but it's really something here that I not see, because I passed this area like a lot of times, and I don't think there was anything here. It's pretty hard to tell, but I don't think there's anything here. There was like this that was like very suspicious, but I still can't quite tell what that is. Like the laser is right here, so either it's like completely next to it, or as I said, it's like somewhere like around here maybe, or further up. No, I'll check further up actually. I thought it would be a boat speaker again. Still haven't passed it, but just make sure and always look around. Something on top of these rocks maybe. I knew this one was going to be hard. The mountain one, all the mountain ones are going to be hard because I'll never be able to tell if it's like inside the mountain or not. And I feel like I'm way too far. Should probably use this Dorito puzzle as our reference as well. Yeah, I think I need to get back to the lake because I do not really quite understand where it was, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be back and forward. Wait, where does this go again? Is this like, okay, yeah, it's top of the mountain. Back to the lake. Very long way back. So, alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I was really far off. The Dorito puzzles are like way over here. So, yeah, very far off. I guess it could be in could be very well inside the lab. I did not check inside the lab. There's one way off here as well, and I think this is a boat speaker. I don't know why I keep calling it speaker. Recorder. So yeah, let me go inside the lab this time. And also, hold on, did I get anything over here? I think there was a speaker over here, right? And I did get it. It's like right here. Yeah, I did get that one. So it has to be like, the other flower has to be like way over here somewhere. I feel like it is a boat recorder. So I don't think it can really be that far off. Like maybe it's like behind this rock or something. I'll quickly check. I mean, yeah, there's not that many. There's not gonna be that many rocks to check anyway. They're really far out there. In fact, yeah, they're only on the right side here. So like, just do this, I guess. And off we go. Let's check for anything real glowy. Oh, surprisingly not. Okay. Let's go back. I mean, I wasn't really aiming for this one, but it's a good thing I checked. I need to use the one up here as reference if I want to get the other one. Could it ever be on this thing? I doubt it because it's moving. Well, that's kind of weird. I also did not check these little stumps. I'm not even aiming for this one. Let me go in the lab. Thoroughly check everything that is just a little bit above the laser woods. That's like the elevator, right? Elevator, huh? If it's in the green room, that's gonna be really evil because, you know, the speakers are green. Recorders. You know what? You know what? They're speakers. Check everywhere. The elevator is down there apparently. Is that something down there? No. It looked like there was something shiny back there. I doubt it's here because I would very easily see it if it was there. wonder if maybe it's at the bottom here of the elevator. Let me check that. Oh, I can't even. Oh wait, no, I can. Kinda. But no, it doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, let's just thoroughly check every single floor, I guess. Yeah, it's rooms like these that it's gonna be really difficult to tell. Even though it's like blue and the recorder is supposed to be green. It's still very blinding. It's a very blinding color. Wait, I don't see it. There's something up there. I don't know if that's anything relevant though. No, I think that's just the green light coming from like the next floor or something. Here now it starts to be that weird green color, so it would be anywhere. It would be here. Maybe it's on that floor. I'm actually only been on that floor just to check for the environmental puzzle. So let's see. Ah, yeah, there it is.
As scientists, we realize that color is merely a question of the wavelengths of ethereal vibrations. But that does not seem to have dispelled the feeling that eyes which reflect light near wavelength 4800 are a subject for rhapsody, whilst those which reflect wavelength 5300 are left unsung. We have not yet reached the practice of the Laputans who, if they would, for example, praise the beauty of a woman or any other animal, they describe it by rhombs, circles, parallelograms, ellipses, and other geometrical terms. The materialist, who is convinced that all phenomena arise from electrons and quanta and the like, controlled by mathematical formulae, must presumably hold the belief that his wife is a rather elaborate differential equation. But he is probably tactful enough not to obtrude this opinion in domestic life. If this kind of scientific dissection is felt to be inadequate and irrelevant in ordinary personal relationships, it is surely out of place in the most personal relationship of all, that of the human soul to a divine spirit. Arthur Eddington, 1927.
Alright. That one was actually pretty difficult to find. First, kinda tough one to get. Then once we get here, it's gonna be a mess. So I'm actually gonna look around. I'll do these for last, or second to last, and then I'll go for the underground yellow ones. Okay. So here's our clues for this one. So we have the two ones here next to each other. These are the forest's entrance. This is the Dorito puzzle on the log. And then just, how do I line these up? So like, but yeah, just on the coast. On the coast, okay. So we'll check out that coast. It's actually pretty far away from the one that was over there. So we have the two there. So it can't be here. Established that. Can't be like still here. It has to be very far over. Like here is probably a good point to start looking for it. If I go over here, I think I'm already too far because, yeah, it's not close to the lab at all. There it is.
One day I happened to be occupied with the subject of generation of waves by wind. I took down the standard treatise on hydrodynamics, and under that heading I read, if the external forces P prime sub YY, P prime sub XY be given multiples of e to the ikx plus at, where k and a are prescribed, the equations in question determine a and c, and thence, by 9, the value of eta. And so on for 2 pages. At the end, it is made clear that a wind of less than half a mile an hour will leave the surface unruffled. At a mile an hour, the surface is covered with minute corrugations due to capillary waves which decay immediately if the disturbing cause ceases. At 2 miles an hour, the gravity waves appear. As the author modestly concludes, our theoretical investigations give considerable insight into the incipient stages of wave formation. On another occasion, the same subject of generation of waves by wind was in my mind, but this time another book was more appropriate, and I read, there are waters blown by changing winds to laughter, and lit by the rich skies all day, and after, frost, with a gesture, stays the waves that dance, and wandering loveliness. He leaves a white, unbroken glory, a gathered radiance, a width, a shining peace under the night. The magic words bring back the scene. Again, we feel nature drawing close to us, uniting with us, till we are filled with the gladness of the waves dancing in the sunshine, with the awe of the moonlight on the frozen lake. These were not moments when we fell below ourselves. We did not look back on them and say, it was disgraceful for a man with 6 sober senses and a scientific understanding to let himself be deluded in that way. I will take Lamb's hydrodynamics with me next time. It is good that there should be such moments for us. Life would be stunted and narrow if we could feel no significance in the world around us beyond that which can be weighed and measured with the tools of the physicist or described by the metrical symbols of the mathematician. Of course, it was an illusion. We can easily expose the rather clumsy trick that was played on us. Ethereal vibrations of various wavelengths, reflected at different angles from the disturbed interface between air and water, reached our eyes, and by photoelectric action caused appropriate stimuli to travel along the optic nerves to a brain center. Here, the mind set to work to weave an impression out of the stimuli. The incoming material was somewhat meager, but the mind is a great storehouse of associations that could be used to clothe the skeleton. Having woven an impression, the mind surveyed all that it had made and decided that it was very good. The critical faculty was lulled. We ceased to analyze and were conscious only of the impression as a whole, the warmth of the air, the scent of the grass, the gentle stir of the breeze, combined with the visual scene in one transcendent impression, around us and within us. Associations emerging from their storehouse grew bolder. Perhaps we recalled the phrase, rippling laughter. Waves, ripples, laughter, gladness. The ideas jostled one another. Quite illogically, we were glad, though what there can possibly be to be glad about in a set of ethereal vibrations no sensible person can explain. A mood of quiet joy suffused the whole impression. The gladness in ourselves was in nature, in the waves, everywhere. That's how it was. It was an illusion. Then why toy with it longer? These airy fancies which the mind, when we do not keep it severely in order, projects into the external world should be of no concern to the earnest seeker after truth. Get back to the solid substance of things, to the material of the water moving under the pressure of the wind and the force of gravitation, in obedience to the laws of hydrodynamics. But the solid substance of things is another illusion. It too is a fancy projected by the mind into the external world. We have chased the solid substance from the continuous liquid to the atom, from the atom to the electron, and there we have lost it. But at least it will be said, we have reached something real at the end of the chase, the protons and electrons. Or, if the new quantum theory condemns these images as too concrete and leaves us with no coherent images at all, at least we have symbolic coordinates and momenta and Hamiltonian functions, devoting themselves with single-minded purpose to ensuring that QP minus PQ shall be equal to IH over 2 pi. I have tried to show that by following this course we reach a cyclic scheme which, from its very nature, can only be a partial expression of our environment. It is not reality, but the skeleton of reality. Actuality has been lost in the exigencies of the chase. Having first rejected the mind as a worker of illusion, we have in the end to return to the mind and say, here are worlds well and truly built on a basis more secure than your fanciful illusions. But there is nothing to make any one of them an actual world. Please choose one and weave your fanciful images into it. That alone can make it actual. We have torn away the mental fancies to get to the reality beneath, only to find that the reality of that which is beneath is bound up with its potentiality of awakening these fancies. It is because the mind, the weaver of illusion, is also the only guarantor of reality, that reality is always to be sought at the base of illusion. Illusion is to reality as the smoke to the fire. I will not urge that hoary untruth, there is no smoke without fire, but it is reasonable to inquire whether, in the mystical illusions of man, there is not a reflection of an underlying reality. Arthur Eddington, 1927.
This one is really tricky. Can't really tell where it wants to try and send me. Like, this looks like it could get placed. Or there could be one, but there isn't. I'm confused because it really can't be a boat puzzle. The boat doesn't come this close. And I feel like I already thoroughly checked everything here. Maybe deeper in. Don't remember if I checked this place or not. I think I did. Guess it could be down there. Let me take the long way around. could be on this side too. I guess. What was that sound? I don't think it's here. No. This is like next to the castle, I think, or something like that. No, it can't be. Need to check the map again. Feels like I'm very off. It's actually... It's pretty close to the... I feel like it's just very in the open, but... Where really is it? I guess I could check this side of the area. There's always these trees that look like there's something. Like it would feel like it could maybe be like in here, but no, it's not in here. You can go up there. So like in the tree here? How would you be able to get up here anyway? Holy shit. Be underneath? No. No. This is okay. No, this is way too close to this. Or is it way too close? Something dumb like on the roof, even though it feels like it shouldn't be on the roof. No, there's no way. It's like it's pretty far away from the coast. It makes me feel like it's like right in this area. I just didn't check hard enough. Like, and that's the bunkers, the clan. Feels like not correct. It could also be in here, and I didn't see it. Ah, god damn it. That was very well hidden.
The physicist Wolfgang Pauli once spoke of two limiting conceptions, both of which, have been extraordinarily fruitful in the history of human thought, although no genuine reality corresponds to them. At one extreme is the idea of an objective world, pursuing its regular course in space and time independently of any kind of observing subject. This has been the guiding image of modern science. At the other extreme is the idea of a subject, mystically experiencing the unity of the world and no longer confronted by an object or by any objective world. This has been the guiding image of Asian mysticism. Our thinking moves somewhere in the middle, between these two limiting conceptions. We should maintain the tension resulting from these two opposites. Werner Heisenberg, 1974.
Alright, I might have gotten every normal flower. Now it's just a matter of going to the mountain and getting those ones out of the way. They're gonna be the hardest ones. But let me double check. But yeah, I think I've done everything here. Because I started the stream here and went all around, unless I missed a leaf somewhere here, because they're really hard to see. So one there, I did that one. Yeah, if all the white flowers are open and the yellow ones as well, and if all the leaves that are kind of bright become not bright. But yeah, I think this is what we have left. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough. It's a real clusterfuck. So let me try to understand this. So this one was the boat one, the small shipwreck. Don't know what this one is. I know this one, I believe this one is the one at the very top of the mountain. So then there's one right next to it. Unless that's like going underground. Oh wait, no. Okay, this one is the underground, like, yeah, I already explained this one. Underground, bottom floor. So there's one, probably like, one like maybe on the staircase. I don't know, these ones are gonna be really tough. I need to just like go through the mountain a lot of times. We'll have to see. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let me draw these. So we have Mount here. Then we have closed one here. Closed one at the base of the base of the statue, one next to it as well. One bottom right, one top right, and then one open top right, and then one open at the very bottom. Okay. I think now we are ready to get in the mountain lab. Trying to see if I can find another recorder for reference. There was one over there. Let's see if I can see it. No. Actually, yeah, it's right there. There's one there. And I did not draw that one, so oof. There was also two leaves that I didn't draw. So yeah, rip on that one. So there's one down there. And that's the like very far one. And then there's one closer that I got, which was the base of the like, yeah, ground floor of the mountain lab. And then there's one like here somewhere. It's telling me. Let's see. Oh, you can actually go on this. I did not think you could. But there doesn't seem to be anything, unless there's like something really hidden here. Doesn't look like it. Just go up. Just be on the lookout, but I feel like most of these are actually in the lab. Statue was always suspicious and will always be. I don't know if maybe there's one in here. I really doubt it because I'm sure I'd see it. Was this like behind the door? No. Here? No. I don't know if I want to stay like on the edge to look down or closer to the actual top of the mountain. I'm gonna stay with the hedge, I think. Yeah, there was one here. And then the map I drew, it tells me there's like one, like here maybe? Or one that's very close to that one as well. But again, it could be inside the mountain. And I don't really... I don't really know how to tell, other than just check everything and make sure that there is none. Yeah, I don't think there's none. Unless maybe the statue has something. Oh boy, this is where it's gonna get tough. Cause it could just be like in this mess as well. I don't think there's anything that can stop it from being inside this mess. Well, then again, there is the glass, which I feel like it would prevent me from activating it. So maybe not. Yeah, but down there's really nothing that stops me from clicking it. So I can go inside that little area. So I think that's the first like place that I want to check. Here's one.
Therefore, I
I
thank
just
you,
want to go
my
over
God,
there.
because you make clear to me that there is no other way of approaching you, except that which to all humans, even to the most learned philosophers, seems wholly inaccessible and impossible. For you have shown me that you cannot be seen elsewhere than where impossibility confronts and obstructs me. O Lord, you, who are the food of the mature, have given me courage to do violence to myself. For impossibility coincides with necessity, and I have discovered that the place where you are found unveiled is girded about with the coincidence of contradictories. This is the wall of paradise, and
Here's
it is
one.
there in paradise that you reside. The wall's gate is guarded by the highest spirit of reason,
I'll wait for the other one though.
and unless it is overpowered, the way in will not lie open. Thus, it is on the other side of the coincidence of contradictories that you will be able to be seen, and nowhere on this side. If, therefore, impossibility is necessity in your sight, O Lord, there is nothing which your sight does not see. Nicholas of Cusa, 1453. The relation between the controller and the controlled is reciprocal. The scientist in the laboratory studying the behavior of a pigeon designs contingencies and observes their effects. His apparatus exerts a conspicuous control on the
I actually
pigeon,
got
but
that one.
we must not overlook the control exerted by the pigeon. The behavior of the
Interesting.
pigeon has determined the design of the apparatus and the procedures in which it is used. Some such reciprocal control is characteristic of all science. As Francis Bacon put it, nature, to be commanded, must be obeyed. The scientist who designs a cyclotron is under the control of the particles he is studying. The behavior with which a parent controls his child, either aversively or through positive reinforcement, is shaped and maintained by the child's responses. A psychotherapist changes the behavior of his patient in ways which have been shaped and maintained by his success in changing that behavior. A government or religion prescribes and imposes sanctions selected by their effectiveness in controlling citizen or communicant. An employer induces his employees to work industriously and carefully with wage systems determined by their effects on behavior. The classroom practices of the teacher are shaped and maintained by the effects on his students. In a very real sense, then, the slave controls the slave driver, the child, the parent, the patient, the therapist, the citizen, the government, the communicant, the priest, the employee, the employer, and the student, the teacher. B.F. Skinner, 1971.
I really feel like there is like one speaker in recorder in here. It's gonna be really hard to see or something. Now it doesn't look like it, but if I do miss one, this is the place where I would check. These are really hidden.
You see, a motif is this. He put his hands together, drew them apart, the 10 fingers open, then slowly, very slowly, brought them together again, clasped them, squeezed them tightly, meshing them. That's what one should try to achieve.
Ah,
If
fuck.
one hand is held too high or
God
too
damn
low,
it.
it won't work. Not a single link should be too slack, leaving a hole through which the emotion, the light, truth can escape. You must understand that I work on the whole canvas, on everything at once. With one impulse, with undivided faith, I approach all the scattered bits and pieces. Everything we see falls apart.
Shit, at this rate, I'll get back to the lake.
Doesn't it? Nature is always the same, but nothing in her that appears to us lasts. Our art must render the thrill of her permanence along with her elements, the appearance of all her changes. It must give us a taste of her eternity. What is there underneath? Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. Everything, you understand? So I bring together her wandering hands. I take something at right, something at left, here, there, everywhere. Her tones, her colors, her nuances. I set them down, I bring them together. They form lines, they become objects, rocks, trees, without my planning. They take on volume, value. If these volumes, these values, correspond on my canvas, in my sensibility, to the planes, to the spots which are there before our eyes, then my canvas has brought its hands together. It does not waver. The hands have been joined neither too high nor too low. My canvas is true, compact, full. But if there is the slightest distraction, if I fail just a little bit, above all, if I interpret too much one day, if today I am carried away by a theory which runs counter to that of yesterday, if I think while I paint, if I meddle, whoosh, everything goes to pieces. Paul Cézanne, as related by Joaquin Gasquet, 1921.
You see how much playtime I have? Probably about, I want to say like 43 hours. Yeah, I'd say 43 hours is pretty fair. Alright, missing 2 white. 2 white. I also realized that 1 white doesn't appear to be on the mountain, actually. It seems like it's very far away from it, to be fair. There's still definitely 1 left, which is this one. But I'm trying to think, because like there's two Dorito puzzles, so like I think this one, I don't know. I think this one is the one inside the mountain, and this one's the one outside. So in that case, let me go check. It's so hard to like lab out like where you are inside the mountain from outside, because of the spiral staircases everywhere. So there's a monolith here, and then the puzzle would be up there. So the flower should be somewhere around here. But actually, let me see where the monolith is on the lake. I think if I understand that, it should be a little bit easier to tell if the recording is inside or outside the mountain. Yeah, so monolith is there. It's actually pretty decently close to one other speaker over there. Hold on, let me get a better perspective here, because I need to really look at the things that I know where they are, and then see the things where I don't know where they are. So I have so I think this statue is supposed to represent that one. So going off by that makes no sense. So it's not correct. I'd say, I guess the statue is just the top of the mountain, not the statue over here. So if the monolith is there, over here we have the what's it called? Bamboo forest laser. Then we had the speaker in the bamboo forest, the one I showed off from like over here, and then we have that, and the Dorito puzzle is like literally right on it. So I think I want to actually go back to the Dorito puzzle. If I don't see anything, then that just means that it's actually inside of it. And I need to go through the tunnels because I can't, as it is, I can't actually progress. No, let's not go through there. Cursed puzzles. So I think I need to slow down because, well, actually no, I don't need to slow down. I need to be like on the other side of the riddle puzzle. I don't think there is any way that it could be near the bamboo forest in that case, or just like not completely on top of this area over here. Where's the Rita puzzle? Yeah, there it is.
The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Whoever does not know it and can no longer wonder, no longer marvel, is as good as dead and his eyes are dimmed. It was the experience of mystery, even if mixed with fear, that engendered religion. A knowledge of the existence of something we cannot penetrate, our perceptions of the profoundest reason and the most radiant beauty, which only in their most primitive forms are accessible to our minds. It is this knowledge and this emotion that constitute true
Nice.
religiosity.
Pure
In
luck.
this sense,
Dumb luck.
and in this
Dumb
alone,
luck.
I am a deeply religious man. I cannot conceive of a God who rewards and punishes his creatures, or has a will of the kind that we experience in ourselves. Neither can I, nor would I, want to conceive of an individual that survives his physical death. Let feeble souls, from fear or absurd egoism, cherish such thoughts. I am satisfied with the mystery of the eternity of life, and with the awareness and a glimpse of the marvelous structure of the existing world, together with the devoted striving to comprehend a portion, be it ever so tiny, of the reason that manifests itself in nature. Albert Einstein, 1931.
Thing is here, this one's a tunnel. This one's a yellow one. It's not the last white one I'm missing.
Then the occupant of the first would shout to keep him clear. And if the other did not hear the first time, nor even when called 3 times, bad language would inevitably follow. In the first case, there was no anger, and in the second, there was. Because in the first case, the boat was empty, and in the second, it was occupied.
I already heard this though.
And so it is with man. If he could only roam empty through life,
I think.
who would be able to injure him? Shuangsu, 4th century BC.
So, how'd it go?
I don't know.
Yeah,
don't
I heard this one
remember.
before.
What?
No, it's not.
But now
it's
it's
normal
this.
for me. I never remember my dreams. If I try right when I wake up, I can just barely remember fragments. And later in the day, even 20 minutes later, those fragments are gone, unless I wrote them down. And if I read them later, it's like these are ramblings of a crazy person.
Yeah, but then how do we know there aren't any side effects? I mean, do you remember everything else about your life?
It's fine. I mean, we're just doing suppression, not lobotomies. I mean, everything is still there. In dreams, we often take on personalities that are a little different. We forget details of our waking life and remember fictions in their place. How does that happen? Well, we're just using the same pathways. It's fine. But really, how should I know if something's missing? If you forget a few random little things, how would you remember that you forgot? Nothing big is missing. I don't think. Wait, who are you again?
Yes.
Oh, God. Why did we let you go first?
First hasn't happened yet. I was just dipping my toes into the pool. Real first happens when someone dives right in.
I remember
and
there
gets
was
to
another
decide
yellow
for
flower
themselves
nearby.
when to come out.
Or
Who's
like
that
on the
animal?
opposite side.
You?
Because the monolith is like right
Long
there.
were the days when we weren't sure we'd be doing anything this scary.
It'll be fine. It's not scary. It'll be fun.
So fun you don't even remember?
Okay, no. Shoo. I want to re-record this one before I go home. I have some new ideas about it.
What? Because of the test?
Yes. Because of the test. Possibly.
I thought you didn't remember anything. Interesting.
Yeah. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hello, Matsuk. We're actually very close to getting all the speakers. Or recorders. Oh my god, I keep calling them speakers. Alright, another
It's
tunnel
just the new
one.
teapot beeping. It boils fast, but that beep bothers me. Moving on?
So, next I want to raise this problem, which is that I think we don't have enough smart representation from materialist atheists, physicalists, anything in that neighborhood of ideas. And I've been trying to do something about that, but it's hard. The problem is that most coherent atheists' creeds are focused on defeating some specific idea of
Another
God,
one? What?
or are angry
Okay,
about
now
the
it's just-
historical
now it's
activities
getting
of organized
ridiculously
religions,
lucky. What the
rather
hell?
than, say, from first principles, making a good case for the impossibility
I'm not
of
even
any
looking for
concept
these.
of
I'm trying to look for the
which
last
would be
white
more like
one.
what we're after.
I'm just trying to go
having
down.
the same problem. So many justifications of atheism devolve into assertions of the implausibility of Bible stories. Someone like Bertrand Russell, a very advanced thinker, but his commentary on religion all seems to be like Why I Am Not a Christian. Very limited in scope. It is way too small compared to the vision of God and the pieces we're juxtaposing.
Can you repeat that last part? You kind of just dropped out a little bit.
Oh, just that it's a very provincial idea of God that's usually advanced in those arguments. Sometimes even a straw man God. And it doesn't have much in common with the God visualized by Cusa or Spinoza or the great Sufis or even Einstein, whoever. So it just doesn't play on the same field.
When people are explicitly pushing materialism, they're usually philosophers or writers, not physicists, not people who actually do the frontline work of understanding the physical world. With the heavy hitters in physics, it's very hard. It's hard to find good statements that aren't just arguing against straw men. And it's strange because in the modern age, a reasonable portion of working physicists are atheists, but not all by any means, but a reasonable portion. But it's hard to get strong and articulate statements from that sector.
Yeah. I mean, the closest you get is somebody like Feynman, where science gives us a great degree of certainty about certain things. But outside those, it's not a good idea to tell ourselves nice stories and speculate. It's just best to realize we don't know yet about the bigger questions, et cetera. But we have a lot of Feynman already. Paul Dirac was at least a staunch atheist at one point in his life, but I don't know if he has direct statements on record. Keep an eye out.
Dirac was far from a materialist, though. He believed the universe is made out of math. That's an oversimplification, of course. He even mentioned God a few times in an Einstein kind of way.
Wow, this is all so crazy because among scientifically educated people, it's the cultural default, right? If you're a scientist or a computer programmer kind of person, atheist materialism is supposed to be the basic belief. If you're not a materialist, you're stupid. But if we can't find anyone who makes a good case for it, how does that happen?
Well, it's easy to be convinced of the absurdity of stories in common Christianity, Judaism, whatever. So if that's your picture of spiritual beliefs and you have an aversion to digging too hard into your own worldview, which most of us do, then there you go. Anything that seems religious is goofy Bible stories, and materialism is anti-religious. And it's the general impression that smart people are materialists, and hey, I want to be smart, so
I like
case closed.
this recorder actually.
Also, there are all these
One that was up there. This is
so-called
pretty cool.
spiritual people who believe basically anything and try to convince everyone.
In addition to goofy Bible stories, did I forget to mention ghost stories, astrologers, spoonbenders, and all kinds of frauds?
It's a ton of noise. It makes it almost impossible for an outsider looking in to see high-quality thought in the world of spirituality. If I can even generalize spirituality to one thing. So it's easy, if you're already leaning toward materialism, to see these flaky spiritual people, extrapolate that to all spiritual people, and say all that stuff is garbage.
And so it worked for me. For a while.
Okay, but despite all this, there's a large contingent of present-day real scientists who believe in some form of atheist materialism and whose beliefs have been carefully considered. So we need to ensure we respect that viewpoint.
It's
I
so
remember
frustrating.
that. Oh, sorry.
No, Ernie, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Carl Sagan has a good piece in Demon Haunted Worlds, where he talks about science as a profound source of spirituality. But he doesn't mean mystical spirituality. He means just pure dedication to truth and the development of a wise perspective on our place in the world. It's nice, and it's a picture of atheism that isn't hostile or contemptuous.
Yeah, I read that, and what you're talking about is a beautiful piece, and I tried to get it, but Sagan's people want too much money.
Can't we just pay more?
No. It would trigger a bunch of most favored nation clauses, and we have to pay everyone a lot more, and we go broke. So, no Sagan for us. It is a shame, since he was such a great thinker, and eloquent, too.
Is that it? That was a really cool speaker. I like that one a lot.
Just reading these well, picking the right takes, placing them.
Yeah, I don't think it pays to be too neat. You want to leave some traces of us for the intrepid to find.
What do you mean? Any
think he's
visitors
talking
to that
about the
island
recorders.
gonna hear quite a lot of us. If they look around.
Oh yeah, no, sure, but I mean, showing what's happening behind the scenes a little bit to ensure we keep authenticity. Because if we get too concerned with saying a bunch of wise things in the least personally revealing way, then we're basically putting up a front, in danger of it becoming a false front. It's a slippery slope, and you know how easily we could slide into pomposity. Nobody wants that, but would we notice if it happened? Or are we too close to the project? Look, I just think if we include some of our interactions, show that we aren't these transcendent, perfect
That
beings,
was hidden.
that we get stuck sometimes. We get into arguments or get depressed. Then at least it's not a false front. At least we're not hiding.
Authenticity is good, yes. But you can find human drama anywhere. I mean, we're drowning in it from day to day. We're supposed to be building a quiet environment away from drama, not celebrating it. Look, these are objects of contemplation. These are about focus and clarity. We agreed at the outset.
Yeah, I know. And I don't want to change any of that. Just a little added twist, you know, tucked away deep. It doesn't have to be drama, it's just reality.
Reality. So what, we should record a meeting and stick it in?
Maybe. But we already have some good stuff. Oh, like that little encounter the other week where you offered to buy a girl a sandwich?
Oh, we haven't got that one yet.
Her mic was running, so it's in the archive.
Spoilers.
It's fine. In context, it's perfect. Because we're not lecturing from on high. These recordings are part of an endeavor built by human beings. And they aspire to truth with a capital T. But we also have to remember that they cannot actually get there. We should be clear to the intrepid that we know this. I think it'll make it better.
Okay, sure. We'll at least see how it feels. I mean, on that island, we are going to be in very susceptible states. So, be careful with it.
Okay.
Seems I get to be the pioneer of being mildly embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also, should probably let you know, I'm recording this conversation right now.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious.
Oh.
What? It will make it better. Trust me.
Nice. More fourth wall breaks. Kinda. Right, back
Looked
to
at
philosophy.
on the astronomical timescale, humanity is at the very beginning of its existence. A newborn babe, with all the unexplored potentialities of babyhood. And until the last few moments, its interest has been centered absolutely and exclusively on its cradle and feeding model. It has just become conscious of the vast world existing outside itself and its cradle. It is learning to focus its eyes on distant objects, and its awakening brain is beginning to wonder, in a vague, dreamy way, what they are and what purpose they serve. Its interest in this external world is not much developed yet, so that the main part of its faculties is still engrossed with the cradle and feeding bottle, but a little corner of its brain is beginning to wonder. James Jeans, 1928.
Okay, I have 2 recordings left in the tunnel. Let me go back to the lake and see where they could generally be. And we'll work from there. Alright, so got all white flowers here. Got the yellow flowers here. Oh wait, there's one more white flower. I did not see this one. And then there's 2 here, which are close. Oh wait, there's 2 more over here as well. What the hell? There's so many more that I didn't get. Wait, hold on. Where could... Okay, wait, where is this? There's a monolith here, so this is the city. So it's like... Top right of the city. I thought I was done with the white lasers. I clearly did not see these. Right, huh? Like the laser is here. The real puzzle's over there, so... Are they in this house? Going off of perspective, I feel like they should be in here. Don't think they are here though. I don't want to be standing here for too long either. There's another very cursed puzzle here. So yeah, not here. How do I think I want to use the other laser too. Just to see it where exactly I am. Also, there's like one inside the Ven house. If I could look at this from just a little bit of a different perspective. It's like, okay, wait, there's one here. What's the speaker? I don't remember what that speaker is. recorder. Trying to think, that one right there, what is that? I think it's the church one, right? There was one in the church here, right? I'm not going crazy, let me check. There's like one next to the... Yeah, there's one here, okay. So that's gonna be crucial to figuring out where these two are. So, okay, if I'm there, I need to look at the laser from there. So they're either like inside here or on the outside. Feels like it's very close by. Oh, here's, well, that was easy.
It is a great adventure to contemplate the universe beyond man, to contemplate what it would be like without man, as it was in a great part of its long history and as it is in a great majority of places. When this objective view is finally attained, and the mystery and majesty of matter are fully appreciated, to then turn the objective eye back on man, viewed as matter, to view life as part of this universal mystery of the greatest depth, is to sense an experience which is very rare and very exciting. It usually ends in laughter and a delight in the futility of trying to understand what this atom in the universe is. This thing, atoms with curiosity, that looks at itself and wonders why it wonders. Well, these scientific views end in awe and mystery, lost at the edge in uncertainty, but they appear to be so deep and so impressive that the theory that it is all arranged as a stage for God to watch man struggle for good and evil seems inadequate.
I may have actually stepped on these before.
Some will tell me that I
did
have
not see
just
them.
described a religious experience. Very well, you may call it what you will. Then, in that language, I would say that the young man's religious experience is of such a kind that he finds the religion of his church inadequate to describe, to encompass that kind of experience. The God of the church isn't big enough. Richard Feynman, 1963.
Imagine if all the tumult of the body were to quiet down, along with all our busy thoughts about earth, sea, and air. If the very world should stop, and the mind cease thinking about itself, go beyond itself, and be quite still. If all the fantasies that appear in dreams and imagination should cease, and there be no speech, no sign. Imagine if all things that are perishable grew still. For if we listen, they are saying, we did not make ourselves. He made us who abides forever. Imagine then that they should say this and fall silent, listening to the very voice of him who made them, and not to that of his creation, so that we should hear not his word through the tongues of men, nor the voice of angels, nor the clouds' thunder, nor any symbol, but his very self, which in these things we love. And go beyond ourselves to attain a flash of that eternal wisdom which abides above all things. And imagine if that moment were to go on and on, leaving behind all other sights and sounds but this one vision, which ravishes and absorbs and fixes the beholder in joy, so that the rest of eternal life were like that moment of illumination which leaves us breathless. Would this not be what is bidden in Scripture? Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Augustine of Hippo, circa 400.
This one is gonna be a little tough to find, in my opinion. Let's check all these pillars first. I think that's a good starting point. It has to be in this area. And yeah, this is way too far now. It's between the laser and the monolith. Laser and monolith. Could it be here? I don't think so. I think I need to be looking closer in. Like, maybe straight up just inside the house. It's like, look for every little corner. I feel like right there that would have been a good spot for it. But again, maybe too obvious. Oh, damn it. Thought I saw it. On the outside, is it? In the inside area. Maybe outside? I need to actually check the lake again because I'm wandering around aimlessly at this point. Unless it's like, no, it can't be here. It has to be between the monolith and the laser. I think like this is a better viewpoint. How many flowers are left? I think I think this is the actual last white one. And then I just have these two, which are underground. But there may be some leaves left that I'm not seeing because those are really, really tiny. They could be anywhere. They also blend in very well with everything else. Like, okay, from here. Yeah, it should be like on the left side. I can't talk. Left side of the house. I feel like if I'm looking here, I'm like way too far. And actually want to be, like if I'm here, I'm way too close to the monolith. 'Cause yeah, there's two speakers here, and these are the other two flower I'm using as reference. So I was like looking at it like this. Laser is like here, monolith is here, so speaker has to, recorder should be over here. I did not check this place out. I know why these are here for the environmental puzzle, but still. Gotta check very thoroughly for these. I think I have this area here under control. I want to be further in now. I did not check the borders here actually, when I think about it. Here, and now we're at the laser. So yeah, I really do just think it's like somewhere around here, very well hidden. Could it be like not on the ground? Could it be like under that now? That's way too flat though. Where the hell can it be if it's like not here? I'm really not seeing it right now. Could be on the... There's no way it's on this side, right? Let me open up the windows over there. I don't think this helps me in any way. Man, this one's hard to see. Like something's not right. My brain is not right, that's what it is. Again, let me go back to the lake. No, I really doubt this will help me. Really just need to see that lake one more time. exactly where I check the, like every time, I think. Hold on, let me like look at this from here. How far away from the laser is it? It's actually kind of far, so maybe it's not in the actual house, but just barely outside of it. Look at this. Maybe I'm missing something, but it doesn't look like there's no like other way I can possibly align anything else that I already got. My advantage. So where's the laser? Laser's like right there. It has to be either here or just closer. Like there's no other way it can really be anywhere else, can it? Let me check here again. Just walk perfectly straight. Still don't see it. It really just has to be up there, right? How am I not seeing this thing right now? I feel like it should be really obvious, and I'm just somehow blind right now. Oh my god. Holy crap.
There is nothing in
It
existence
was in the goddamn
but
window.
veils hung down. Acts of perception attach themselves only to veils, which leave traces in the owner of the eye that perceives them. Bin Arabi 1231.
It was such a short recording too. Alright, so feel like it's only these two yellow flowers. So I'll get them and then do a quick look around the entire lake. So these ones look like they're really close to... Okay, so we have the laser here. That's the city laser. And I believe this is the... This is the Dorito puzzle in the movie theater. So by looking at those two, and this one is the super secret recording. So we have movie theater here, laser over there, recording over there. So by that logic, if they're underground, they should be right in between these criterias. Therefore, they're actually in this house. Good look around. There's one.
The concept of a clock enfolds all succession in time.
Heard this already. It's gonna do
In the
another thing.
concept, the 6th hour is not earlier than the 7th or 8th, although the clock never strikes the hour, save when the concept biddeth. Nicholas of Cusa, 1450.
It's mine.
Yeah. Well, I have some ideas about it, and I just wanted to give it a try. See how it goes?
Next thing I know, you'll be taking over all the Kuza pieces. What kind of idea?
I don't know. Subconscious drives, right? Like, with anything creative.
Did you feel this way before you came to the island, or after?
Well, I think after. Yeah, mostly after. I had a seed of it before, even back when I first heard the piece, when you first picked it out. But I didn't really notice then. Now it's like the princess and the pea. I don't mean to be stepping on your toes, though. Really, the drive is personal. I wanted to record this one so I can hear it the way I want to hear it, just to set something right for myself.
Okay. I'm gonna file this under the category of good problems to have. Your attitude to the piece changed.
There it is.
Clarifying this may be based on the trip.
That means it's working. Something's working, right? Maybe.
Back when we started, I would have counted us lucky to ever get this far.
You're really quiet.
But here we are.
Here we are. Record away. I will take my leave, thanking you for this opportunity to introspect on my aversive feelings.
You're welcome.
And I think that's it. Alright. Theoretically, this is the last one.
I cannot understand why we idle discussing religion. If we are honest, and scientists have to be, we must admit that religion is a jumble of false assertions with no basis in reality. The very idea of God is a product of the human imagination. It is quite understandable why primitive people, who were so much more exposed to the overpowering forces of nature than we are today, should have personified these forces in fear and trembling. But nowadays, when we understand so many natural processes, we have no need for such solutions. I can't, for for the life of me see how the postulate of an almighty God helps us in any way. What I do see is that this assumption leads to such unproductive questions as to why God allows so much misery and injustice, the exploitation of the poor by the rich, and all the other horrors he might have prevented. If religion is still being taught, it is by no means because its ideas still convince us, but simply because some of us want to keep the lower classes quiet. Quiet people are much easier to govern than clamorous and dissatisfied ones. They are also much easier to exploit. Religion is a kind of opium that allows a nation to lull itself into wishful dreams and so forget the injustices that are being perpetrated against the people. Paul Dirac, 1927, as related by Werner Heisenberg. So, you see what I'm saying here?
Yep, this one doesn't fit either.
How would you characterize the way in which it doesn't fit?
Well, it's about arguing. And it's about being greatly disturbed by issues that are relatively small. It's not aiming high, and it's not about ultimate truth, not really. It's mostly about what some stupid people are doing that is wrong compared to what I am doing that is right.
But Paul Dirac was definitely a truth seeker, in the domain of physics at least.
Yeah, but I don't feel that attitude in this piece at all. If a belief is just formed in opposition to other beliefs, it can't be fundamental. It can't be that deep. But, you know, where he says the thing about natural processes, he starts to outline an actual philosophy.
Interesting. There's something that could stand on its own, that isn't just rejection and opposition. But then he drops it. Oh, this isn't the Atheist Manifesto we need. I'll keep looking.
Okay.
You know, at one point Dirac also wrote this. One could perhaps describe the situation by saying that God is a mathematician of a very high order, and he used very advanced mathematics in constructing the universe. I think he meant God in an Einstein kind of way.
He said that? Same guy.
Same guy. Later in life, though. People are strange. Scientists are stranger.
Yes, they are.
Alright, I'm looking around if I can find another leaf that I haven't done yet, or a flower. I'm pretty sure I'm done with every single flower. I'm just not sure about the leaves, because they're really hard to see compared to everything else. But yeah, from what I see, I've done everything. I don't see any leaves that are lit up. I don't see any flowers that are closed. What's this say? Still 521. I think I'm done. I think I'm actually 100% done. with this. Just don't see anything else. It's kind of weird that again it doesn't didn't really do anything. Unless I'm missing a leaf again, but I don't know where they could be. Like they're so hard to see, even if they're lit up. Ooh, if I'm really done. Meh, don't really want to. Because if I like Google it up, then it's gonna be like, oh my god, it's like this thing, and you go here and like, nope, that's spoilers. Don't do that. I just want to see it for myself, multiple times. Like there could be like a leaf here, but. There was a leaf here, I remember. It was like, yeah, it was this one. I already did that one. And I don't think I have anything else to do. I mean, what else is there? It really does feel like I did everything. Unless again there's just some leaves that I'm not seeing. Is the water there gone? What do you mean? Like here? Just because there's not that much of it. It's more rocks. And it's supposed to say, oh, this is the swamp. And treehouse area. But I don't know. I think I'm done. I don't really see anything else on the pond. So, yeah. Okay, they're gonna Google it. Okay, fine. Well, the telepuzzle count, I don't know, do I? Why do I have like 66 on that one? Is it because I started? Yeah, probably. I started over and then did some Dorito puzzles to understand the lake a little more. I mean, does it really matter if I like know all the puzzles solved? Or like how many puzzles there are? Because like even if I do know that, what if it's like not a Dorito puzzle that I'm missing? I'm just missing some crazy random puzzle somewhere, or like a set of puzzles that's probably just a tutorial for a gimmick that I never saw somehow. Like what if it's that? How will I really be? How will I really know where they are? 5, 2, 3. I'm missing 2 somewhere. I don't think I'm missing I don't think I'm missing leaves, so what am I missing? Trying to like think. 'Cause I'm pretty sure there's no more leaves, right? It's not a Dorito puzzle that I'm missing. It's just some random puzzle somewhere. Oh jeez. Is it called obelisk? Obelisks are environmental puzzles. And yeah, you said there are 135, and I have plus 135. So yeah, it's not bad. I feel like a guide to every single puzzle in the game. Is there really a guide that tells me where every single puzzle is? And even if it exists, how can I tell which ones I haven't done against the ones that I have done? Like it's just gonna be so weird to like figure out. I like completed the lake completely, I think, unless there is some more leaves. But again, like I'm pretty sure I did get all of them. I'm just going against the rock. I really wanna help with this. I mean, I guess, because what am I gonna do? Go all around all the fucking place trying to find the two random puzzles somewhere that are not even not even connected to the lake, so I can't really tell where they are. Like, yeah, they just straight up could be anywhere. For two puzzles, like, do I really want to? It's not like you guys could give me like hints on where they could be, because you don't have any idea where they are either. You don't know which ones they are, so you wouldn't be able to tell. I want to go back to my lonely tree. Everything's still normal here. Looks like it. Oh, that was really weird. Lonely tree. I don't know. I guess I could just scroll down through this guide and see if I can spot those two random puzzles. Easy to miss puzzles, huh? Let's see. Well, okay, he's showing off the pillars and in the first castle. Let's see. These are the treehouse. That's how you control the bridge. Alright, these two I believe are yeah, these two are the gate, right? Remember doing those for the boat. This one was the other gate, which I opened up way later on. Those two I've done. I've done this one as well. This was the staircase. That's dumb. That's dumb. That is dumb. Okay. Okay, that's dumb. That's dumb. I'm just gonna straight up say I already 100%ed. But I guess the game counts those two. I don't know why they would count. I mean, yeah, they are puzzles, but why do they count? That's very weird why they would count. They don't serve much purpose. Yeah, I know what I missed. It's the goddamn elevator buttons in the tunnel. Because I never used the elevator. Those are freaking puzzles. And apparently they count towards the puzzle count. Why? It's like solving... It would be like solving the puzzles in the lab elevator. It's still just like one. Why would it count? That's dumb. I'm still gonna count this as 100% without actually looking up guides, because like, how was I supposed to know that these things also count? Like, they're so trivial too. There, did that count? No, never mind. What? I'm confused now. Maybe I already did that one. It's like the one at the bottom that I didn't do. Or maybe I need to actually call the elevator up and then it counts. I mean, yeah, this is a puzzle after all. Okay, 522. But like, now what? Did I not do this one? I'm pretty sure I did this one. 122. And I did the one up top here. So there's another one I'm missing? This is not the only one I'm missing? Fuck, what the hell? one more somewhere. Freaking somewhere, just where the guy doesn't even know. Come on. Would be the query. Could be correct. I don't know, I guess I'll check. It's either the query or like some dumb like other elevator that I did not go up and down. I mean, I guess the query also has that, but I don't think it has the. I don't think it has buttons or like puzzles to call the elevator. I think it's just one puzzle on the elevator. But we'll see. So we have this one. That's just like that. There's no way of solving it. Maybe this? No, there's no way that's correct. No way it's one of these. Oh, what the fuck is this? Wait, what is this even connected to? What? Bullshit. It's that freaking first bunker puzzle again. And I have to start... Oh, I need to figure out which start is. I think it has to be either this one or this one. I think I have more chances with this one, and I erase one of the hexagons. It's already looking pretty ugly. No, this actually might be tough. I want to start off like this, but I don't think I really can. What do I do down here? This feels weird. I guess I could end down here. Yeah, let's try like that. Let's just make it end over there. So black on the outside. And then yeah, this should work. There we go. All right, finally the magic number. I don't know how I didn't see that. Probably because it's like black and white, while like everything else is so colorful. Unless like, is this connected to something else? No, this is what. Like, if it feels like this should open up these last one's over here. Like, this is, what is this even connected to? I think this is connected to the laser. I think so. And also connected to something else. I don't know what the hell is that? Did light change? I'll go check. What is it connected to? Down here now. Where the fuck is this wire going? No, it is going to the laser. What the hell? Well, where was the other one going then? Oh, is it going to the elevator up here? Probably. I'm too lazy to check. I doubt the light changed at all. No, I don't think anything's gonna change. Yeah, it seems pretty the same. I don't know why it would change from doing a normal puzzle. But yeah, that's theoretically 100%. I've been freed from puzzle hell. Honestly, give me like any puzzle from this game except the audio cues and the color wheel puzzles. And yeah, any of those are fine except those two type of puzzles. Those were stupidly dumb. I hated those gimmicks so much. Like the howling, like, okay, you know what? I'm not done yet. I'm going back to that goddamn cursed puzzle and I'm figuring out what the fuck is the correct sound that I'm supposed to follow. Because it makes no sense. And I'm gonna look at what the solution is and I'm gonna listen to that fucking howling bullshit. And the freaking whispering one too. Because those puzzles are the two only puzzles I still don't understand in this entire game. Alright. It's like high pitched? I don't know. It's only one howl. Right? Yeah, the sound is always the same. So like... Are you just supposed to guess it's like the howl starts low, then goes mid, then it does the long high pitch, and then goes back mid? Well, how do you know it doesn't go all the way back to low again? It sounds the same as low when it goes to the exit. And now he's dead. The wolf died. I can't even tell. I can't even hear the second note. I just hear like one, then the long, and then the last one. And then this one. This one is just stupid. There's way too much going on this one. Is it supposed to be the whispering that you're supposed to follow? I didn't even know it was whispering. It sounds like a freaking tribal battle cry. I just hear fucking door creaks. Like I hear 2 door creaks. One long whisper. And the bird doing 3 notes. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's dumb, dude. The audio cue puzzles are dumb. The one on the boat is like fair if you. It's only fair if you know that both the whale and the droplets are part of the puzzle, and that the droplets are a loop of 3 sounds. Not free, not yet. I'm not done. There's one last thing I want to do. The thing I had the most fun with this game. Had the most fun with it. I want to do it again. The best thing in the entire game. Hands down. I don't think you've seen this, Armin Pro. And I believe if you fuck up one puzzle, you get sent back a lot. Yeah, my brain doesn't work on this one at all. Oh, I think I see it. Man, that was hard. Alright, and then it gives you 3, and 2 of them are impossible. You gotta figure out which one's possible. That one was easy to figure out. That one, no. This one, yeah. This one's possible. Or no. And this one is even, no, this one's possible. Alright, now you gotta remember which path you took on the other one. Which I didn't, because it was a very complicated path. You also gotta look at these things. Where the hell is it? Where was it? There it is. No, not quite. Oof. This. Make sure these ones, make sure that they're correct. These ones send you so far back if you fuck them up. Come on, where is it? Fuck. Yeah, it's over. It's over. Yeah, they changed position too. Like, this one's the worst to fuck up. Yeah, let's restart. Get out of the fucking way. Bring it back, come on. Actually, let's see. Yeah, you have to redo this one. That's how far it sends you back. That's why you never want to fail those. Hello? Huh. I broke it. What the hell? Yeah, I turned it off, but then I turned it back on and it didn't do shit. Is that correct? I think it is correct. Yeah, like this pattern is like so easy. Where the hexagons are in this, that's where the puzzles are. Oh shit, that's a bit of a problem. Like that, I think. Seems correct. Like that. Dude, what the shit is this one? Holy crap, there's so many. What the fuck? Dude, this is insane. For just a hexagon puzzle. There's literally like an infinite amount of them. How do I beat this? These, how long is it? It's just 2 more pillar puzzles. And then it's over. But like this one, holy fuck, the RNG on this one's ridiculous. Like, what the fuck? I don't know where to go. Like, there's so many. It's mirrored too, like, holy crap. Yeah, orange on orange, I can't even tell which ones I've been going over or not. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the other one and fail on that. Fuck that. Holy fuck, that RNG is ridiculous. Alright, what do we have? Just like one white one over there? Okay. That was so easy. This one's just death. How do you do this? Holy fuck, the RNG on this. Oh my god, that was so lucky. Dude, fuck that one. Spent literally half my time on it. The fuck? That was like pure luck, by the way. There was no way I was gonna solve that by just looking at it. One more time? Yeah, one more time. For good measures. I know I'm free, but this one's so fun. I love this part of the game. Oh, fucking hell. it's just a matter of actually getting the correct solution in. The hell? No, what the frick? Going on with this one? That. Don't remember where it is, dude. This is the most like annoying thing about this. Just figuring out where the fuck it is. There it is. That doesn't seem right. Need to go up first, I think. No. Oop. Fuck, this one's tough. This one's another really just random, pure RNG, crazy tough one. Alright, let's see this. Holy crap. More insane amounts of freaking hexagons, but this one's not mirrored at least. Or like it's not upside, the other line's not upside down. Yeah, that was super easy if the other line's not upside down. Alright, got whites there. Okay. Wait, where's the other one? Right there. Easy. Alright, for real, it's over. It's been really fun, but The Witness, it is done. Everything's done. Got everything done. All the puzzles are done, apparently. Got all the speakers. Got everything done. I'm gonna go back to the lake. I'm gonna get a good look at the lake. Good look at the mountain. Good look at the island in general. And I'll end it there. Really, really fun game. Less fun in the audio cue and the color wheel puzzles, but overall it was a really spectacular game. And here it is. Alright, we're done. It's over. Really awesome game.